Howdy, and welcome to The Lunch Table, a podcast where we know we won't succeed. Therefore, we're not scared of failure.
My mommy says I'll succeed.
Well, she's wrong. Your mommy's wrong.
My mommy is always right.
And the guy whose mommy is always right. Yes, my right-hand man, Mr. Google himself. Drew. They call me Dungeon Master Daddy. Lots of knives.
I think I've been a dungeon master more than I haven't been a dungeon.
Yeah, I think I've only played with. Well, I've played with you many times.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I have. But I think I've only played D&D once with you when you weren't the dungeon master.
Yeah, and you were stealing all the shit.
Yeah.
And it was my idea to have you steal shit.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
I was DMing in somebody else's DM.
And that's right, the guy who likes to steal everybody's shit. Your host with the most.
5 knuckle shuffle step moves.
I do. I got a couple.
Flick the thumb.
Flick the thumb. Flick the thumb.
Flick the thumb.
You know, I call that the lighter.
It works on both.
It works on both.
It works
That's
on
what
both.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You do it enough, you'll get a spark. Something will spark.
Yeah.
And
That tracks.
And the guy who lights himself up, Carl Jones.
After a while, the things that he says recycles back to actually being true.
It's all true.
Hey, you get the window down, and then you just hit rock bottom, and it flips back over to you being right. Where at that point, you saw it on film. For the next 30 seconds, he'll be right in everything.
because I wasn't scared to fail, I failed so hard, I succeeded. Let's get into it.
That sound.
That's good. Drooby doo.
Carl Jones.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah? Dude, you're real chipper today.
I took a little nap before you got here. Yeah.
You got a nap? You got ready.
Just me and my little kitty.
You do have a nice little kitty on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On me?
Yeah.
It did.
Don't-
I had it on me and not on me now.
Yeah, Morgan blew it out.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a nice kitty no more. You look at it, it's kind of angry. It might scratch back, actually.
That was tainted before she got here. You've seen the size of my dumps.
You know how juicy I am.
Pop quiz for you. Have you ever showed anybody your poop afterwards? Like, have you been like...
Me and you send pictures of our poops.
Yeah, I'm talking in person.
Oh, pooed and grab someone, come look at this poo?
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
No. I don't think so.
I had that the other day.
Oh, was it that big?
It was huge, man. You're like 8 behind, dude.
I know, dude.
I took one, and it surprised me.
Dude.
I looked down because, good people check their stool.
Yeah, you have to. It's health reasons.
No blood, check the color.
That's why you got to squeeze boobs.
If you worry about any of the other senses except for sight and feel, then you're wrong.
Feel?
Kind of how it feels coming out.
Okay.
You think I reached
Yeah, I did. You like feel, it's like, huh, that looks kind of hot. Oh, that's soft.
This sausage is too squishy.
Just like, can you imagine reaching into that magical bowl and finding one that you couldn't break? And you're like, I passed that.
Grab it. I'm Willy Wonka, the amazing chocolatier.
Ew. I'm Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me, and I love you.
But it was rather large, and
Did it hurt?
No, surprisingly not.
It just slid right out.
Yeah, that's what made it so crazy. Where like it's one of those ones where you're playing on your phone and you don't know that you just dropped a monster. So
What has your butthole been through by now?
Too much.
What do you put it through? I know your favorite. Yeah, I was gonna say your favorite food is cheese.
Cottage cheese. Thank you.
We talked about it earlier about San Francisco. You remember that conversation?
No, I don't. The San Francisco treat.
Yeah, you said something about a San Francisco treat, and it was, I forget what food it was. What rice-a-roni.
Rice-a-roni.
It was rice-a-roni.
Yeah, they just add cheese to it.
Yeah,
Rice.
and I said, of course. Obviously, gay people made rice-a-roni. And then
that has no translation between the two.
everyone in San Francisco is pretty gay.
Not everybody in San Francisco is gay.
Okay, so we'll skip right over that.
Oh, no, we won't.
Yeah, we will. San Francisco's pretty gay, dude. They're pretty up there, man. Nope, now pulling out Google. Oh, Firefox, actually.
Only 6.2% of San Francisco inhabitants identify as LGBT.
Mm-hmm. Identify. What about the other ones in the closet, Drew?
You do another. Be generous. Double it. Give it to it. 18%.
That's probably the highest in America.
That's one out of every 5 people you meet are gay.
That's a pretty high odd.
When you go to a gay bar, the odds are every person you meet is gay.
Do we have gay bars around here, Drew?
I have no clue.
How many people do you have to meet around here until you run into, somebody who will suck the same genitals?
LGBT doesn't have to be.
That's why maybe it's higher. Because it's
Bi is the same genitals or different genitals.
Listen, no, I'm just saying gay, okay? I know they're included in this, but there's probably a big majority that don't identify with that.
You definitely just pissed off the T.
What?
The trans.
Okay. I don't care. Let them be
You
mad.
talk about genitals and they're mad.
Did I shift them into a new gear? Is that what I did with the trans? Nah.
But no, where I was going with my whole story, back to 3 poops ago. She was sitting on the couch, and I was like, hey, you got to come look at this. And she knew exactly where I was and what I had been doing. And she goes, no, ew, no. I was like, this is super impressive. You got to come and look at this.
Yeah.
And like, it took me 10 minutes to sweet talk her. Meanwhile, this thing's just stewing in there.
By the way, Drew said he'd be gay for cheese.
I did not.
Yes, he did. You said liking cheese.
That was not. Show me the recording where I say that.
Oh, okay. I won't have
I
to,
didn't say
dude.
anything like that.
I'll release the video I have. I'll show them what you really do for cheese. So this thing's stewing. So you just made a bacteria.
Oh yeah.
Nauseous gas in your bathroom.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I had the fan on.
Why didn't you just take a picture?
That's gross.
That's out of question.
I just wanted to show her. I thought it was impressive, and if I thought my poop was impressive, then she would be thrilled.
Look what your cooking did to me.
That's like when you fart. If you think it's bad,
Oh, you know it's bad.
then other
Dude,
people know it's bad. Yeah.
That's like even when you're pooping. If you're on the toilet pooping and you're like, "Oh, I need a courtesy flush," you know anybody who walks in at that moment would be dead. It's one thing for you to like poo and go, "Yeah, it's probably stinky." It's another for you to be gagging yourself as you poo.
Yeah.
Anyone died from that? Do you think it's like they
Somebody
didn't
did.
exhaust their fucking restroom enough and someone died from like gassing themselves out? Ooh.
Has anyone died from smelling a fart?
Well, smelling a fart probably. I bet someone has. Someone's got to die from smelling a fart, right? It's all poop particles. Maybe if someone farted in your wound to get infected.
Totally. Can you die from inhaling your own fart? No.
Well, what about somebody else's fart?
Well, obviously no. This means that farts aren't fatal.
There's got to be some form of fatal gas.
Farts.
This
do
is
contain
saying normal farts, but normal farts don't gag you.
Farts do contain compounds that can be deadly when inhaled in sufficient quantity. So how many farts would one have to inhale to be in mortal danger? What have we come to? What have I become?
Sorry, Mom. Dude, you know what really gets me on this is probably some college student.
Oh, there's math.
Yeah.
There's math here.
That's what I'm saying. Some college student went and did studies on this bullshit and wasted money on farts.
If you were standing in a small closet.
No ventilation.
The average fart releases 42.84 parts per million of volatile organic compounds.
Someone had to measure that. Someone had to capture farts to measure that. And multiple farts to get a good testing.
I mean, are you crazy about the number? Do you want to know what it is?
Yes. How much do I gotta inhale?
233,427.
That doesn't sound like much when it's shooting at your ass. It sounds like there'd be a bunch of particles of that in there. So, like,
dude, that makes a chili cook-off place the dangerous place in the world.
Or a cheese factory. Because they get a lot of that gas off the cheese.
Yeah. 233,427. Society, can we just round?
I just don't even get...
Do we really need the 427 at the end?
Well, no measurement is truly on.
You think somebody's going to get to 233,426 farts and go, oh no, one more, it's going to kill me?
I think. I think they could. There was something about like how many cups of coffee someone drank and they died. And someone commented under it, like, well, now we know the limit.
Right.
You know, like...
Everybody's different, and there's a whole bunch of averages.
Always. Always. Drew, you said you were doing well at work.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for it. You do well work here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Dude, I've been moving. I'm just packing my shit, getting ready to move so I can be closer to you.
Yeah, okay.
Because I want to be closer to you.
You are closer to work than me. You are closer to your other best friend than you are to me.
Wow.
There will be another person in your life that will be stealing my CJ time. And a very large portion of it, you better watch out.
Yeah, Sharon. Jeez.
Whoa, name dropping.
Name dropping. Sharon is going to live in Sharon. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say it one more time and have you bleep it too. I'll put the address out there. Have you bleep this whole thing.
Don't worry, I'll drop his phone number in the community section.
Dude, just trying to get that ready. And, like, the shop's been super busy. I've been really surprised. Like, nonstop, dude.
Good.
Nonstop. It's great.
I keep seeing your friends and family post, CJ has only 3 openings left today.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Every time I see it, I'm like, good for you.
Yeah, dude.
Good for you.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our slow month.
Yeah?
Well,
why?
Because, like, after holidays. So,
after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So usually after Valentine's Day or like right after Christmas, and there's really not. Is there school yet? Yeah, there's still school.
Yeah, there's school.
But like January is really dead usually, and that was one of our busiest months.
That's good.
And then right into February, it kept up.
Is this third person that works with you too getting a lot of hours? Not hours, but
he's getting some here and there.
Enough to make it worthwhile for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He's still a kid. That's what's funny, man. You sit there, you look at him and the decisions that he makes sometimes, and he's a kid. Like, the other day he was complaining about not having money. Right? But then...
Everybody does that exact same thing.
Right. But then he literally goes, can I have tomorrow off so I can go to this concert way out in the middle of nowhere? So, like, okay. You complained you don't have money, and now you want tomorrow off? But that's young kid shit.
The mind of a child is a wondrous thing.
We did that. We would do that.
When do we lose that? When do we lose that?
When we wanted to live our own, and then you realize you can't just do that because when we
wanted to live on our own, or when we actually did live on our own, because that's like
that's 2 different things. When you actually live out on your own.
I had my house planned when I was 10.
Because, like...
I have blueprints that I made
that's funny.
Of a house.
Because, like... Yeah, I know he's watching. But, like... Nah. Maybe not. Well, okay. Lance is sometimes kiddish in that way.
Yeah.
You know? And I think some of it, because he even said, like, I've never really lived on my own. And I think it makes you kind of, like, once you're out and about, and I don't even really mean on your own, but just out of your parents' house, where shit actually kind of gets real.
Yeah.
That's when your mind kind of changes.
Is that feeling completely gone when you have children of your own? You have to be the adult in that situation?
I'm assuming, yeah. I'm assuming, dude, it changed when I just watched Elijah for a week. You know, my nephew?
Yeah.
Like, if I got to watch him or something, then it's like, okay, I got to be home at this time. Make sure to pick him up. No, we're not doing, you know, like, it's not about me now.
It's always about you, Carl.
You
had to eat before you came over today. You couldn't just come over on a starving stomach.
I know. I always have to eat. Although you got me this wonderful candy bar.
Yeah. Noted. 0 bars are his favorite.
They are my favorite.
They are classically ranked as the worst candy bar of all time.
And I don't know why. I don't get this. I can understand maybe, like, not the first. I get that. I figured Snickers or something takes first.
Right.
I'm mad that Hershey's, like a regular chocolate Hershey bar, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like those that much. The only time they're good is when you freeze them, you add them to stuff.
I would be okay if, like, one source that I looked at said that it was at the bottom. But, like, a whole bunch of different ones.
I think
I want to say 10 different.
Most people I ask, they haven't even had the candy bar. So I think most people just hate on it because they don't like the color or something. But I really like the logo. I like the silver. It catches my eye. I like the silver and blue. It's like the Raiders.
I bought one, too, because I've never had it before. Mm-hmm. When I originally looked at them, before I read the thing underneath, I thought it was a peppermint patty bar.
Huh? That'd
be
of the
cool,
foil.
though.
I actually would.
Why doesn't York make peppermint patty bars?
That actually would be really good. And they could add little hard...
crunchies?
Not crunchies. Like hard candy cane in it. To keep that minty.
Oh, yeah.
But crunchiness.
$1 million idea.
Call us.
Yeah.
We recorded it. We have it on. You can't take our idea.
Copyrighted by Lunch Table Podcast PBJ LLC.
Yeah, LLC. Yeah. Vincent Williams Productions. Or Vincent Williams Studios.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about is Jersey Mike's.
Because one just moved in, right?
Yes. Have you been to Jersey Mike's?
Never been to a Jersey Mike's, I don't think.
Okay. There's been...
It's really, really hard to pull me away from the Sharpsville subs.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to get a sub, I'm going to get lock stock.
Right.
Usually.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, when someone, like, these other sub places pop up, I really don't care. But I got to try it because, like, I didn't think I liked Jimmy John's.
Oh,
Jimmy John's slaps.
Delicious.
Delicious. And they'll run anywhere to deliver that shit.
Into classrooms, whip it at you.
Dude, yeah, they would break into class. Mid-class in college, you know, someone giving a lecture. Drew? Ugh. And then leave.
Well, I mean, my order was like, halfway there.
And your extra cup of cheese.
But yes, you are correct. There's a Jersey Mike's that just came in around the corner from us.
Yeah.
And
new to the area.
I did something so stupid. I decided to go in their first week.
Yeah, you got to wait for that shit to cool down.
Right.
Because around here, when a new thing happens, everyone buzzes to it, then they judge it immediately, and they'll never be back if they don't like it.
Right.
If you messed up, you can mess up their order, and people around here are so fickle, they'll never be back.
So I have had it before. When we were at the wedding, I was in a hotel right around the corner from it. Went to go get it. Delicious. I had it in Chicago. Amazing. Stopped a couple times for lunch.
Yeah, Danny DeVito is on their commercials, right?
Yeah. I think so. Or maybe that's Firehouse.
No. I think it's Jersey Mike's.
Okay. Regardless, it's very delicious. And I was like, I know that the store is going to be packed. And I know that the area that the store is in is a very packed place to begin with.
Yeah.
The parking lot is really, really small.
Really? Where is it?
The building, right next to Plaza Pizza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is tight.
Yeah.
That's tight, not really well thought out.
Next door to it is a Subway.
Yeah.
They share a wall.
Yes, they do. Dude, that's like, did you see what happened down in the plaza? They put that, there's a Dollar General, then right next to it is a Dollar Tree.
Nice.
Or no, it's a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree.
Those
then
are
down
two
the road, is a Dollar General.
Yeah. Those are three totally different stores.
Yeah, two of them share a wall. Just like this. That's why, like, when we were planning where to move and start the shop, right? Some of the talks were like, well, there's all these other shops close. And I'm like, dude, if you ever pay attention in a city, all their restaurants are together. You know, like, all of them just build by each other.
Right.
It just seems like
they're trying to cut into competitors.
Yeah.
That's why you always see a Burger King like really close to a McDonald's.
Well, that and they don't want to pay for searching. So like another reason is they save their money and they know McDonald's put a lot of planning and money into picking out where their location is.
Or just convenience if something happens, like if the ice cream machine at McDonald's is down and you really, really want ice cream, you're going to go over to Burger King and go get ice cream.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So like everything always builds by each other, but it is funny because I guarantee that Jersey Mike shuts down Subway. I have a feeling of Subway, if anyone is invested in it, sell out. I have a feeling it's going to die soon.
So where I was going with this is I got food, and I want you to ask me at the end what Subway was like in each of these points. Okay? On my way back from work, I decided that I was going to get it after. Downloaded the app and put an order in. I was like, okay, you know, it's 20 minutes. By the time I get there, my food's going to be ready. I'm just going to walk in, walk out the door. I'm not going to have to deal with the giant-ass fucking line of people that are going to be in there. I get to Jersey Mike's. I walk in, and my order's not ready. I'm like, okay, you know, opening week, maybe it'll take 30 minutes. So I look at my app, and it says that it's going to be an hour from the time when I ordered it. So another 40 minutes.
Jeez.
So I go to the gas station, do a couple things I had to do.
Are they even cooking anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They're cruising. There are 15 people behind the counter.
Well, I mean, do they have to cook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them. There's a hot and cold side.
Oh, okay.
It's not like Subway where they put it in the thing and that warms it up.
Well, I was just
like
assuming.
I'm
just assuming if it's mainly subs, the meat's usually already done and cooked, and all you gotta do is slap it together. So it's like, why is it taking an hour to do some of this shit?
Well, yeah. I mean, some of it is like they cook it on the griddle.
Yeah. Like what?
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
Chicken bacon ranch. Both of which I got. So I understand. It was probably going to be a while.
Okay.
And so I leave, go to the gas station, come back at that hour mark. And I was like, okay, my order says it's going to be done.
Yeah.
I walk inside and my order is still not up at the window. I was like, it says that it's going to be done at this point. Now, mind you, inside there are a brand new set of people comparatively to when I walked in the first time. So I walk out to my car, sit chill, smoke a cigarette, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, walk back in. My order is still not done.
Jesus Christ.
And about an hour and a half. So I sit there for 5 minutes to be able to get up to the window.
Yeah.
And I look and it's not there. So I'm going to walk out to go back out to my car and they called my order right then and there. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like an hour and 45 minutes to get 2 subs.
Jeez. So how was Subway at this?
The first time I went there, after my drive, I had to walk past Subway to get to Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Not a single person except for the workers. There were 2 workers in there.
Yeah, it was lonely, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, I never see anyone around here in Subways. I don't know what they did, but people
they burned out real quick.
Yeah.
When I walked in after the hour, 1 person ordering a sub, 2 people behind the counter tending to their every need. That dude was a celebrity ordering that Subway. He got all the attention.
They probably put the ham on so softly.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got nothing else to do.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Do you want me to squirt this?
You like being the worst sandwich here? When I walked out, not a single person in there. Not even a worker.
Dang. They all just went home. They're like, we're getting our ass whooped. Right. Let's go home. I wonder, man, I gotta ask the Plaza Pizza guy next time he's in. Like, how's the traffic?
Probably pretty good. I mean, it's not his sub thing is probably down. They do like subs too.
Do they?
I mean, every pizza place around here does.
I don't think they do. I think it's strictly pizza.
Well, he's got that market cornered.
Yeah.
He is on the corner.
Yeah, he's on the corner, and his pizza is just big sheet. It's a sheet pizza.
I mean, that whole thing is restaurants. As you were saying, there's Subway, Jersey Mike's, the pizza. There's also the Chinese, the Mediterranean, and something else.
There's like someone's Donuts was there for a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Claire's, I think.
Claire Donuts or something. Every time I walked in there, they never had fucking donuts. And I'm like, what's up with this? And they're like, oh, you got to get here in the morning. Like, what kind? All you
then why the fuck are you open?
Right? Why? What? All you sell is donuts, and I have to be here in the morning to get a donut? Why are you wasting electric?
You think I can't get a Dunkin' Donut at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Maybe I want a donut in the afternoon. What the fuck?
That being said, if you go to Dunkin' Donuts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're probably not going to get the first one you want.
Right.
You're probably going to have a plain cake donut, but you can get a donut.
You can get a donut. Dude, what was that pretzel place? The same way. At the mall, the opposite pretzel place.
Yeah.
Every time I try,
it's like Weissman's or something, and that is the only store that's out. We've gone super early in the morning to the mall one time. We've gone in the afternoon and at night when they try and close. Each and every time, it's just out.
It's just out. Every time I'm there, and even if they do have a worker, there's no pretzels made. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go over there and make them work. Like, you'd figure they'd have some pretzels made already, so I could walk over there, they could hand me a pretzel, and I could go on my day.
One of the ones that really pisses me off, when Subway used to have pretzels before they partnered with Auntie Anne's, they had pretzels in their case. They were fake. They were paper mache pretzels in the warmer. Like, what the fuck? Because they just take it out of their freezer and throw it in their toaster.
No.
That's how they make you pretzels, yeah.
Who?
Subway.
No.
Yeah.
That's why they're going downhill.
There's a Subway in your Walmart.
Yeah.
If you go to that Subway and order a pretzel, they will not take it out of the warmer. They'll take it out of the freezer and put one in.
Dude, the only thing
because those ones are fake.
The only thing that used to save them was they came out with the teriyaki chicken, which was a big hit. Delicious. And their cookies were always good. They have these cheesecake cookies that were really good. I love them.
Yeah, the raspberry cheesecake ones.
Cheesecake. See, they're great cookies.
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're cheap, dude. You can get like a cookie for 50 cents.
Dude,
like, where else can you get that?
Right. They need to stop selling subs and pretzels and stick to the cookies.
Well, they did. Their newest marketing scheme are foot-long
cookie bars.
accoutrements.
I saw that. They're square cookie. I wish it was just a rounder cookie. Something about it being a bar, I don't like it as much. It looks lazy. It's like they squirted out all the cookie dough out of the, I want good enough, just bake it.
The churro, delicious.
The churro.
Yeah, I got the churro from there. And they also have like a pretzel.
Do you have like some app that tells you when like these stores
Oh no, I follow this dude on TikTok that like says, "Oh, we got new fast food things." Remember when I was like, "Oh, you remember that they have like a Twinkie iced coffee and a Ho-Oh iced coffee?" Remember I was like going nuts. I wanted to find one of the two of them. It's from that dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
remember when I was like, remember when they have Reese's ice cream cones?
Dude, did you
like
ever
the drumsticks?
You ever find Cherokee Red?
No. I walked into the place that was guaranteed to have it, or at least I thought the place that was guaranteed to have it.
And they said it was discontinued.
They said it was discontinued during COVID. And I was like, those motherfuckers. Now, realistically, you can find them online.
Dude, but it's a 2-year-old pop.
I really thought about buying it.
How much?
It's like $50 for a 2-liter.
No.
Maybe sometime in the future. I miss that taste.
No.
However sour it might be.
We're not going to pay $50 for some syrup water.
I might pay $50 for syrup water.
No. I'm telling no, bats. Oh, dude, that's $50 for a 2-liter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I miss? Freaking pitch black Mountain Dew.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, it's such a good sour drink. I don't know how something could be liquid and sour, but it was delicious.
Oh, this one is $1,000.
Are we sure he even has it? Because it looks like he took that in a supermarket.
I would assume so if he's trying to sell it.
No, you got to read these things, find detail. He might sell you the picture of it. There's what else is close to it? Why don't you look up pops that are like around the same?
That one is Faygo Red.
Faygo.
There's also
I do like Faygo.
There's also Big Red.
Yeah, Big Red. I like Faygo a lot for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And it always had 3 liters instead of 2. It would have the bigger 3 liters.
The only time I ever saw 3 liters other than that was like generic pop at Shop and Save. How about that for a name drop? Shop and Save. How long has it been since you thought about a Shop and Save?
Actually, all of them.
That was the oldies before oldies.
Yes, all of them are kind of sketchy.
Oh, yeah.
All of them are sketchy. But there's one right by those dollar stores in downtown. Around where, like, the shop is.
Huh.
You know, where the shoe store used to be?
Yeah.
In that area?
Huh.
Yeah, it's all the way on the left end.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's sketchy.
Wait. That one's Save a Lot.
Yeah, you're right. That is Save a Lot. Ours went out then.
Right. Shop and Save was behind Denny's.
Dude, and no one bought that huge building.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. And I'm like, really?
The only time I've ever seen that parking lot used is when the parade comes through.
Yes. Well, the other side's mental health, so.
Yeah.
I see that kind of get used. But then you got to be worried about who's driving those cars.
Oh, my God.
What? You don't know? They could be angry, drunk, doing drugs.
I also want to talk to you about something else that I was doing the other day. Have you heard of, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Tisa Risa?
No.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No.
So it's this big black lady on TikTok.
Okay.
And she lives in Atlanta. And she having a heart attack?
No, you just said Atlanta, and I just felt bad for her.
The Atlanta metro area.
Yeah.
She married this guy during COVID. Like they met shortly before COVID, and then they quarantined together in her house, and then they got married. And they were going to have a kid. There was a whole miscarriage and everything like that. This lady has a gift for storytelling. I swear to God. She explained her situation, and they eventually got divorced. Spoiler. She has 50 parts on TikTok.
Of the whole thing.
Of the whole thing. Now, mind you, each video, she went to her limit of 10 minutes.
I don't know if that's gift or just she's really good at bullshit. Like
500 minutes.
No, dude, it shouldn't take you 500 minutes to explain this.
Oh, there were so many twists and turns, dude. It was like reading a Hardy Boys book.
Really?
Oh, it was great. I spent all 500 minutes of that glued to my phone watching it. I had to charge my phone because I was watching so much TikTok.
Jeez, like, give me an example. One little example.
So she went through his phone.
Okay.
And found out that one dude or one girl was sending him messages, and he sent this girl just out of the blue, when you gonna come get this dick? And she goes, when you gonna come get this other one?
Right.
And he's like, oh no, I'm gonna make you work for it.
I mean, yeah, that seems like cheating, no? Where's the twist?
Oh, there was actually no cheat. They went to like marriage counseling.
Yeah.
And he wanted nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah.
Although it was his idea. because he got caught, and he was like, you know, I think
Yeah.
we should go marriage counseling or something like
Well,
that.
I need help. I'm addicted to sex.
So she had a pastor come in for marriage counseling. It was the pastor and his wife.
Jeez. That's never a good idea.
And
Not the pastor.
the wife, after one session, was like, y'all ain't gonna last more than a month. I was so glued to this. If you have the time to go do it, just watch it. It's
give
crazy.
it a gander.
If you're doing nothing, or if you're on the toilet doing whatever, just watch it.
Jeez. Full support.
Yeah.
Full support. It really
It's
had
great.
you hooked.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's a really big twist at the end. Like, I feel like he's going to end up gay. Does he end up with the man?
No,
Yes.
maybe.
See?
I don't know.
See?
The thing I will give you is that he is a liar, a pathological, narcissistic liar.
And she stayed around that whole time. She, like, married this man. She didn't realize he lied before?
No, the title of the video, if you want to go search it, is "Who the Fuck Did I Marry?"
Dang, man. How long did they know each other?
Before
they married?
Before moving in?
Yeah.
Before moving in for quarantine, like 4 days.
But how long were they in quarantine together before marriage?
Whatever the 2-week thing is. But he stayed there because she had a house.
Yeah.
And I think it was 2 months before they were engaged. A month before they were expecting a baby.
Yeah. See, you really got to search your partners here.
Oh, she did. She worked for the cops and, like, looked him up on different things.
Yeah, but that's not the same, because that only shows you if he's been caught. If he's been caught doing stuff and she saw it and still...
That's if he gave you the right name.
You never saw his ID or nothing?
I guess not.
You never asked to see the dude's, like... I'm not gonna...
That's if he gave you the right
dude, what kind of
social
cop,
security number.
What kind of cop?
She was not a cop. She was like a secretary or something in the cop office.
She's still not smart. Like, did he have Facebooks and stuff all under these names?
I'm gonna be anonymous with it. You can just watch it.
Yeah, I got to now. You got me hooked. I got to see how it ends.
500 minutes.
500 minutes.
500 minutes.
See, I don't know if I want to make that commitment.
Yeah.
That's a long time to listen to a story. Jeez. Uh-oh. What are you typing? I'm just Googling.
8.33 hours.
A whole workday.
Yeah.
This bitch took a whole workday to talk about him.
Now, she filmed it over a whole bunch of different days.
Yeah, but altogether, still a workday.
Oh, yeah.
You still wasted a whole workday on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bitching about him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, that's kind of obsessive in itself. She's throwing red flags. All I'm saying is she doesn't seem like all put together herself.
So, because I watched 50 episodes in succession of each other, that meant that was hot on my For You page.
Yeah.
So
now,
there was a whole bunch of people with different theories, a whole bunch of people with their hot takes and everything with that. He posted a video.
Oh, God.
Taking 30 seconds to say, this is what really happened. She's a fucking liar.
I'd be more apt to believe him because he's like, I feel like if you talk to me for 8 hours about it, you're really trying to blow smoke up my ass.
At the end, before it turns off, he goes, "Who the fuck is Bradley?"
What if he has a twin?
He does.
Oh!
He does.
Nice.
Ah!
You gotta. I hate to push people away from us, but we gotta fucking find this, dude.
It's awesome.
Dude. They're just gonna. Someone should adapt a movie to that.
Well, that is what took me there. One of the other guys that I watch that does a lot of like hot takes and kind of breaks things down very simple of what's going on in the world. I guess his wife watched all these videos and he's like, Hollywood, you need to get this lady a contract to make a movie. She can keep you going for 500 minutes, 8 hours, and you want more. That is storytelling. Get away from all the remakes of the original 80 movies.
Right.
Do shit like this.
Well, not just that. You know, another thing I hate about TV? The freaking TV voices.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes everything seem the same. Is because they all have to talk a certain way or whatever. You know, it's like...
The worst version of that is soap operas.
Yes. Oh my God.
Do they do the same voice for everything?
Everything. And everything's so dramatic all the time. So like I watch that and I'm like, this is how does I don't get it. But you know, it's the same way people probably look at wrestling with men in tights. You know, go, how does anyone like this? So
there is such a difference between the soap opera saying, "Oh my God, he has an evil twin,"
da da da,
as opposed to this lady going, "Oh my God, he has an evil twin."
That's because you believe her. It's the setting, right? It's I think not only is it the storytelling, but it's how it's filmed, and the fact that she filmed it on her phone, and you can tell that it's not a studio. Makes people like, oh, this is believable. You know? Where with soap operas, it always has this weird fog. It's never really that clear. It's always just low
fake.
Scale. Yeah,
fake.
Very fake.
Yeah.
Way out there. Yeah.
Dude, that's why the Blair Witch Project did so good, is because it was
they didn't tell
a real kind of thing-ish.
Yeah. So basically, that one, they hired a bunch of actors, gave them cameras, didn't tell them anything, and just scared the piss out of them.
Right.
To the point they got sued later.
Well, that's Paranormal Activity. That's almost the exact same thing. It looks so real because it looks so bad.
Because it's a home recording, right?
Right.
Yep. Sometimes things can be too edited.
Yes.
And too nice.
Not us. Not here on the lunch table.
We keep it
We
simple.
are 100% genuine.
And simple. My grandma always told me that good thing I'm pretty, because I'm sure not smart.
Good thing I'm smart, because I'm sure not pretty.
Then she'd hand me a sucker and go, look, it's named after you.
I never had that.
Dum-dum. You never had a dum-dum?
I had a dum-dum. I just never had anything named after me.
Yeah, you do. Then there's that funeral home right by where I live.
Well, that's my last name. That's the thing. But
most people are named Andrew.
Right.
Left.
I hate people that call themselves Drew when their name is Andrew.
Why?
I explained this to somebody beforehand. Somebody at work today was like, "Oh my God, your name is actually like Drew, not just Andrew." And I was like, "Yeah." I was introduced to so many people, you remember in college, where like people come up to me and go, "Oh, hey, my name's," or I'm like, "Hey, my name is Drew." And they're like, "Oh, me too." And I was like, "Is your name actually Andrew?" And they're like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And I was like, "Then your name is fucking Andrew. And that's what I'm going to call you. I don't even care if you go by Andy. You're just not going to go by Drew. That's my name. You're not going to take it from me."
That's a weird stance to have.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a friend in high school who was called CJ. And what did you do?
What?
You flipped the fuck out on her.
Yeah, but that's because she stole my nickname.
Right.
You're upset.
Because somebody stole my actual name?
Right. Like, listen, it's only weird because it's not like you won't call other people their nickname.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And first, when she came there, she never wanted to be called CJ. That was a later thing.
Yeah, that was a later thing.
That was a way later thing. If she came in and she was like, yeah, my name's CJ, it is what it is. Or her nickname. You know, I wouldn't be that upset about it. But it's like,
right.
It feels like you're mad that they're using it as a nickname, but
Yeah.
yet you will call me CJ constantly.
No. I'm mad that they use it in my company,
Okay.
knowing that it's actually my name.
Yeah, you sons of bitches.
I don't know if that makes me so narcissistic that I have to be the only Drew in the room, because I legitimately am the only Drew in the room. Because those other fuckers are Andrew. Although I do want to name my son Andrew, but that's neither here nor there.
Would you call him Drew?
Maybe.
Oh, no, come on.
Maybe I would get over that point in my life. However, I'm kind of heated on it right now. And I really, really hate when I get called Andrew or Andy. I will pull out my license and show them that my name is actually Drew. I do not want to be associated with those fucks. I am sorry if your name is Andrew.
He don't want to be associated with you.
Right.
Don't you comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you ever comment. I can't relate. The only thing I can relate to, like, I've pulled out my license, but that's because people think my name's fake. They're like, nah, it can't be that generic. I'm like, yeah, it is. They didn't even press the random button for a name. You know, it's like they showed up and it said enter name, but it already said Carl Jones. It just went click. You know?
Dude, I think it's also so weird that certain names have nicknames that aren't kind of anywhere close.
Oh, at all.
Like William and Bill.
Yeah, I never got that either.
Like, there's no B in William. I could see Will. This is just shorter.
Right, I could see that. Yeah, they started calling him, like, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there's some, like, weird... I can't think of them off the top of my head. But, dude, there's a lot of weird names like that. Where you'll hear the nickname...
Chuck from Charles?
Yeah, Chuck from Charles. Well, I guess they just add a K.
Yeah, well, UCK. The only two letters that they share are CH.
Yeah, that's weird, too.
That's like calling somebody Chantel.
Yeah. Well, isn't there one for, like, Eugene? That's real weird.
Gene.
No. Something else. Augie. Augie's short for something.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Right? Dude, I never knew that. I would hear people get called Augie all the time, and then they'll go, yeah, his name's Eugene. Like, what?
One of the real big ones that pissed me off is when people that are named Jack get called John.
Oh, yeah.
Or vice versa. I'm like, where the fuck you get that from? That's a whole nother name that exists already.
Right. I don't get that either. That, the whole Rob, Bob, you know, like, if I was named Robert, I'd much rather go by that than Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just seems weird. Like, that one actually works.
Right.
But it's still just, I don't know, off.
I met some dude that named his kid Phoenix.
Yeah. Do I know?
No.
Okay.
But it's spelled completely different.
Oh, I hate that crap. Oh, that gets me. That's like Sean.
There's like 8 different ways
There's
you
like
spell Sean.
There's the one I saw
SHAUN, SHAWN, SHEAN.
That one.
Yeah.
How does that? No. SEAN.
Yeah, SEAN.
How the fuck does that spell Sean?
No. SHONUE.
At least those ones I could kind of get close. There's that sh, you know? At least there's that part. There's no H. There's no H in SEAN. How's that Sean? Like, how does it... What? Then why are we putting S's and H's together if we don't need them to make that noise? Like...
It should be like scene. Like lean.
I thought it was a weird way to spell, like Shane. Like, someone fucked up spelling Shane, you know?
Yeah.
But even that was wrong because I'm like, well, that still has an SH sound. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't. No. Anyone who spells their name like that, your name's not Sean. I'm sorry. Right. It's just not.
You're seen.
Yeah, you're seen.
Jinko chain snall.
Dude, that'd be dope. A big chain.
So another cool thing that I saw is that the Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender came out. And we were kind of talking about this a little bit beforehand, that there's so many questions that we could answer.
Oh, so many.
So many questions that we could ask.
Yeah, we're getting into it a little late.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to make it a big thing.
Okay.
But I was going through and trying to figure out different types of elements that you could do other than the main 4.
Okay.
And they already kind of go into some of them where they have like...
blood bending, metal bending.
Blood bending, metal bending, lava bending.
Lava bending.
Yeah. Why is there no plant bending? I mean, technically, you can kind of do it with
Well, I mean, I feel like the only,
blood bending.
yeah, I was gonna say the only way you could really
Like
move
water.
that would be water,
Right.
because everything else. By the way, we talked about sand or are sand benders.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah, they're like nomads.
Yeah.
In the thing.
But like, it's not really. It grows from the earth, but it's not the earth.
Right.
So I can understand why they can't control it.
So does that make like Poison Ivy from DC a waterbender? And
No.
she just hasn't understood her full potential?
No, I think it's different. So water benders, I think they control like
The water
H-
molecules.
the water molecules, only
Yeah.
H2O when it's formed together,
Yeah.
right? I think she controls like plant life itself. It happens to have water in it. She doesn't control that part.
The chlorophyll.
Yeah, basically, and the rest of the plant.
Yeah.
Because she can just spout anything and make it grow.
Yeah.
I mean, her and Swamp Thing, with the power of the green, they're almost invincible. Swamp Thing, he doesn't even die. He just wakes back up in the swamp.
Nice.
Yeah. Any hoozles. One that because really how do they break down using their powers is really interesting to me, because if they're controlling the molecules,
Right.
there should be a lot. Even an earthbender should be able to bend your blood because you have iron in your blood.
Yeah, like a metal bender.
Yeah.
Magneto did it.
Right. So like technically they should be able to control your body too.
Well, the generalized idea about metal bending is that you mess with the flaws in the metal itself. So you're actually bending the earth in the metal.
Well,
You're not actually bending the metal itself.
You could probably do that in someone's body. I feel like there has to be some.
If you have like an ultra pure iron, then and then an earthbender wouldn't be able to bend it.
I thought it was more like platinum or something
Yeah.
they used.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So iron they can bend
Yeah.
because they can sense it. So I think it's platinum magnetic.
No, I don't think so.
So maybe it's only magnetic metals that they can bend.
Do they bend gold?
Not that I've seen.
I haven't seen it in there.
So, yeah, dude, really the big one to me is air. I think air is underused. It's underplayed.
Air is my favorite.
The B one, though, would suck because you have to be a monk. You know?
Yeah.
That would suck. But other than that, like, could you imagine if they actually wanted to use that power? First off, you can make wind the speed of it.
Right.
Like, wind.
Hurricane winds break down shit.
You could probably make it cut something.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, you should be able to control the fire.
Right.
Because you should be able to control, like,
Dude,
the air
I
molecules.
think that one is actually the weakest.
Fire?
I think the fire is the weakest.
I think it's the weakest and has the biggest, errors. Because
Yeah.
if you mess up, you're burning everything around you.
Yeah.
You know? And then fire is a living thing. So it continues to grow. You know what I mean?
Doesn't have a soul.
It might. It might. Like, you ever watch Rick and Morty when he makes that one thing to, like, pour coffee, then it dies?
It's a robot.
Oh, no, he maybe it wasn't coffee, but he like makes an alien that like forms, does something, and it dies instantly,
Right.
like all in one. Blah, 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 blah. And that's its life cycle.
So another problem that I have with it is, do you remember in the first season,
Yeah.
where they're like bending ice? They're in the ice city and she's like throwing saw blades of ice at everybody. In the next section, in the next series, they talk about like lava bending. How lava bending is not fire and earth together making it. It's just the earth that they're changing the state of. That's why he can. All earthbenders, given enough practice, would be able to bend lava.
Well,
Or make lava out
I
of
just
the earth.
assumed that they could bend lava because it's just heated up rocks.
Right. Right.
But I didn't think that they could heat it up themselves.
They can heat it up.
By friction?
You're exciting the molecules to heat it
so
up.
they
and
do move molecules.
Right.
This is how it works.
Ideally.
So, like, dude, yeah, air would, like, if you could control the air molecules, like everything in
Right.
the air.
Now, we were talking about this. Do they control the oxygen? Do they control the nitrogen? Do they control both?
Well, right, because
Because technically there's water in the air too. Do they control that? Are they actually waterbenders too?
right, or can they pull, I wonder if one can pull molecules out of something once it's together. Like, could he pull the oxygen or whatever out of water?
Yeah. Could you split stuff and just have the
Right.
hydrogen laying?
Basically, yeah.
So where I was going with the whole ice thing is, if changing states of matter is so hard for benders that you need a lot of practice, why is everybody in that city that's a waterbender able to make ice and mess with it like it's nothing?
I don't know. That's weird to me. Why can they freeze water? I can understand why they could use ice.
Right.
But I don't understand why they can make the water freeze.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's kinda
they're
weird to
just stopping the movement and it cools.
me. Okay.
That is all that the temperature is.
Yeah, it's the movement of molecules.
Yeah, so they're stopping it, turning it to ice. Does that mean that they can make it sub-zero?
Yeah, I would assume. Does that mean that they could stop the molecules in your body?
Right.
And just, boom, now you're stopped?
Yeah.
And then fire would accelerate them. That's all they're doing. Fire would be accelerating all the molecules.
Yeah.
So, like, could they essentially heat you up from, like, across the room without any fire?
I got another one for you. In that same season,
Yeah.
Zuko goes from a ship under the ice and pops up like an assassin. And he is using his firebending to keep him warm. Okay, so he's making his own little heated hands inside of him.
Right.
If you could do that, and that makes you warm, and you being warm makes you burn calories, does that mean that firebenders can just instantly become skinny?
Probably. Maybe not instantly, but help themselves, because you couldn't cook yourself too hot.
Then why is Uncle Iroh like? I mean, realistically, we know he's ripped underneath, but
Right. Well, because he's jacked.
Yeah.
And for a while, he was really depressed and didn't care.
Yeah.
Because his son died. I'm more interested, if they put their hand on you, could they accelerate everything in your body?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, if they touched you, could they just accelerate and then, like, basically stealth kill you?
Well, the opposite of that, how does healing from water work?
Yeah, that's kind of gay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
It
works.
can't do, like, big things, like it can't cure cancer or whatever like that.
Well,
but I guess it could.
It cures
the theory.
any wound you have.
Not a big wound. If you lose an arm, like the lady that has the water arms, she couldn't regrow her arms.
Right. Good point. But it does a good amount. I don't know. Maybe because your body's mainly water.
Right.
So maybe
70% of your body could be regenerated.
Yeah, so they can regenerate those parts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good point. Dude, imagine, like, even with nitrogen, like, when they do the whole breath thing, like, you know, the airbenders take your breath.
Yeah.
Are they sucking it out?
Oh, yeah, they're pulling all the air out your holes.
Are they doing that, or are they forcing the nitrogen into it, pushing the air out?
No, they're creating a vacuum. They're sucking the air out.
Could they push just nitrogen in you?
Yeah.
You think that would work better?
Probably. If it all depends on how we classify what they're actually doing.
Well, that's what I mean. I wonder how they, like, what exactly they're the ones who are I'm more curious about, because what exactly is air?
Right.
Like, what are they defining as air here?
I would assume air is a total, which is really funny because there's trace particles of metal inside the air.
That's what I mean. There's metal.
Dude, that's why
there's water.
Air is so OP. It's like all of them together.
Yeah. And then what exactly is wind?
The molecule is moving fast, but it's so vast that it doesn't heat up.
Why? Though, like, what started wind? You know what I mean? Like, at some places, some planets don't have it. Some have storms with wind, nonstop.
Venus does, like, sulfuric acid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, what is wind? You're just out there, it blows. Sometimes it gets angry, it picks up, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Where did it even come from?
Not that we see it in any of in the show, but like plastic. You think that some people could make plastic? And that took me down a rabbit hole.
I don't know. Can they control guns?
Metal guns.
The metal benders can.
Yeah.
What about a moving bullet?
Yeah, they can stop it.
Then yeah, I'd assume someone could eventually. Well, plastic's made of oil. I'm
Right.
assuming an earthbender could do it, something with it.
Right. Oil. It's made from oil-based, and the oil is just broken down organisms.
Yeah.
So
Maybe even water.
organisms can be controlled by water.
Yeah.
So technically, would waterbenders be able to control plastic?
Yeah, I think earthbenders could probably even have an argument for that.
Okay.
I think both of them could probably bend plastic. No problem.
I feel it.
No problem. I think the bigger thing would be, at what point is bending no longer a use for weapons, but mainly just manufacturing? And then would it become more of a problem being a bender than a solution?
Well, we saw that in the second series where there's somebody that actually is doing lightning. Oh my God, we completely passed over all the things that lightning could do.
That's true. Which lightning is when the air is like splitting.
Right.
And then the ground, it meets from the ground up.
Right.
So that also confused me, because that means they got to be able to put a target on you too. You know? So they gotta split the molecules between you and them and make this direct line to make sure you get hit.
Yes. Separating the positive and negative energies internally before directing it up the arm and out the fingertips. That is what they classify lightning.
Okay, so he's already separating in him, but lightning doesn't really shoot out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. They point with their fingers.
I know, but that's not... Lightning comes from the ground up, and it meets whichever, thing up in the air.
Yeah, so they're pointing it at a direction. That's their grounding point where it's going.
Yeah.
But if they're separating the positive and negative energies, that means that they are able to control energies.
Electric, period.
Cosmic energies. The Sozin's Comet makes firebenders really, really strong.
Yeah.
What if you got all of the firebenders at one given time just to stop the sun?
They probably could.
It's energy.
Yeah, it's nothing but energy.
Right.
Burning energy.
I mean, it's probably so big that it wouldn't really affect it.
I don't know.
It's like one drop going into a full bathtub.
What?
The quantity of it.
The quantity of the
The
benders?
sun versus how many benders would probably be on there.
Maybe. But obviously, if you look at any of the benders, how much more they can produce in their body.
Right.
So that's got to be taken into the factor. But enough of it might be able, because if you get to the center and move the center, there you go. Or even break a little part of it off, you could really set that sun into a...
Does bending have a range?
Yes.
Okay, then they'd never be able to touch the sun.
And that's why they haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone really do anything from a super far distance.
Right.
They're relatively close enough to be able to see each other.
Do you think the Avatar could do that? In the Avatar state?
Maybe when he's in the spirit realm. Or she is in the spirit realm.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh. Korra was a dude in disguise. Come on.
Yeah, but there was other women.
Another weird one is airbending. There's a subclass of it to where you can astral project. How the fuck does that connect?
Well, because apparently they can control everything in the air. And maybe their spirit just forms everything in the air that make a shape of them.
No, it's not a real thing. It would be invisible to real people.
I don't know.
That has no distance.
They can
as far
fly.
As I know. Yeah, in that state.
Legitimately fly.
Yeah, airbenders can fly, assuming that you have whatever. That one is described as having no earthly connections to you.
Yeah.
Leaving everything go, and you become as light as the wind.
Well, maybe it's...
Airbending is fucking OP.
Maybe the astral projection has nothing to do with airbending, but because they study the spiritual realm so much. Maybe anyone could actually astral project if they would study like they do. The world may never know, Drew.
So the last thing that I wanted to talk about, also in the Avatar world, is where there would be super shitty jobs.
Yeah.
Or jobs that we weren't even thinking of.
Okay.
That, would actually make sense in the world. So I was watching a video of this earthbender fighting off fire soldiers, and he's just in the middle of town on a dirt road, and he's throwing up big giant spikes of earth and everything. He's making giant walls. He's throwing boulders across whatever. Somebody has to come through and clean that up.
Someone has to make all their clothes, dude.
Yeah.
Someone has to make their clothes. Think about all the weapons.
Yeah.
Blacksmiths going crazy.
Yeah. You have firebenders heating that up. Not
Look
even
at all
needing a
those
forge.
warships.
Yeah.
How long do you think that took to build? That had to take forever to build
Oh, yeah.
warships. I don't. I feel like the worst job to have would be selling any type of food, like the cabbage dude, because you're just sitting there as a normal citizen, just trying to get along and do everything you can to pay your taxes.
Right.
And the next thing you know, all these benders
Don't
come
you
down.
threaten me with that.
Next thing you know, all these benders come down, and then there's the Avatar, and then all of a sudden your whole city's flooded. And you're like, well, there goes my whole life.
Right. So it brought me into Marvel, where there is the Department of Damage Control. What they do is they clean up after the superheroes have a big giant fight, and they make everything back to the way it was.
Okay.
There has to be some kind of thing like that in Avatar. The Avatar brings a big giant flood through your city. Department of Damage Control has to come through and fix it.
I don't know. Didn't Korra and stuff have certain cities that were still devastated by some of the wars that Aang had?
I don't remember that.
Because, like, the Earth. Like,
they brought down that whole wall.
And then they, like, when they went back to it, it's a poor, beat down, nasty city.
Yeah.
Because of the war.
Yeah.
So, no, they don't. And some cities just suffer. That's it. They might have saved your life, but now you're going to live in hell.
Imagine how weird it would be if you were king of a city or a nation or whatever, and you were not a bender.
Yeah.
People would automatically look down on you. Like, why the fuck is this guy in charge of us if he can't even do what we can do?
What they did with that Earth King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the queen.
No, the king.
Both.
Maybe both. But the king, remember when he comes to replace him?
Yeah.
Replace the queen? No one liked him.
Yeah.
Not one soul. And it was really weird because the one dude became his bodyguard, and it seemed like they were really getting to a relationship or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
I
mean, there was a lady on lady
yeah
togetherness. But...
Togetherness, yeah. Implied.
Right.
They almost kissed. It was hot.
Animated and hot.
Animated and hot.
But I was also thinking, like, if you are a farmer and you have a plow and you're trying to plow the field.
Yeah.
And then you have this earthbender over here just sitting doing nothing. You could literally flip him a coin, and in seconds, he could plow your fields for you. Perfectly.
Think about it. There's got to be weird markets.
Yeah.
Where even though you might be a better farmer, because I'm a bender and I can just get it done so much more efficient.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have a shop.
Right. Monopolies would run rampant. You put out the little guys because they can't keep up with you.
Right. And you don't even need... Think about your overhead. You want them to spend any money on any of the equipment. That really helps.
Right.
You know?
Dude, miners, if they were metal benders, wouldn't have to pickaxe anything out of the rock. They could just have earthbenders move all the rock away, and then they take the metal.
When you first said that, I was thinking like underage children.
Miners, not minors.
Miners. You're a miner.
Right.
Dude, yeah. They wouldn't have to be in the freaking mines all day not being able to breathe.
Right.
Really, I think it would make life easier in the like industry world. That's why I said eventually they would get over the fighting and everybody who had bending powers would be used to make money.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, another thing that I think is cool is when benders have children, not even necessarily with other benders, but even with regular people, their chances of having a bender born is increased. You know the whole theory that there's black people and white people, and...
Theory?
Yeah, there's a theory that black people and white people are going to intermingle so much that eventually, after thousands of years, everybody's going to be the same skin color.
Yeah.
It's just kind of that way, where maybe if the Benders have enough again, after thousands of years, there's only going to be Benders in the world.
But they're already fighting oppression, like having people like try to fight them because they feel oppressed by the Benders.
I think that's even... I'm going to take the opposite part of that, where Benders feel oppressed because there's so many normal people that outpopulate them, where they're just ridiculed for having these powers.
Yeah, because look what they do with them. They destroy cities and leave you the fucking rot.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like society would probably be better without them. I'd say it, but it'd be one of those things unless everybody had it. But I don't see a war because, like, even Aang had a couple of children that didn't get anything.
He had one.
One.
He had two that did.
Okay. Yeah, but
that one of those went on to have all Bender's children.
Yeah, but wasn't his wife a Bender?
No, that one was a normal.
That one was a normal.
a normal.
That one was a normal. Well, I mean, I guess, but it's gonna get to this weird crossroad.
Yeah,
because then if I'm normal and I can't get any work, then what? And it really made me angry that they didn't have just like a really badass normal person like Sokka.
Well, they did in the second one. The love interest.
Who? The girl?
Yeah, she was like a multi-millionaire and made giant mech robots.
Yeah. It's the same as being a regular person.
She was an normie.
Yeah, that's the same as being a regular person with a club.
Boomerang.
And a boomerang. Yeah, those two. She has mecha suits.
Okay, that normal guy wound up finding a meteorite and making a cool-ass sword from it, and then learned from the best swordmaster ever, thus becoming the greatest swordmaster when that guy died.
I know. He had to work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't just gifted these freaking powers.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. You know?
Dude, there's so many times where you see in the series where he's just running around with nothing to do because everybody else is taking all the jobs.
That's not true. He's always a strategist. He had to tell them what to do because they were too busy blowing shit up with their powers to realize what they're doing.
Or he was a distraction.
Which, very good at being a distraction.
Yeah.
Very good at haikus.
What's a haiku?
It's some type of rhyming scheme.
It's not rhymed.
Yeah, it's like a poem. It's a poem.
Kinda.
But I guess it doesn't have to rhyme, but there's certain word patterns on how you have to hit
it's
it.
5-7-5.
Yeah, it's a rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bad music. You ready to get out of here, dude?
Dude, I think I'm all talked out.
All right.
My nap is wearing off.
Take us home.
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now. So if you are,
keep go ahead doing that.
Yep. Can we have a theme song?
We can do anything.
Okay, let's think this up on the fly. You do it now, just pantomime with it. We're on YouTube at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now. So if you are,
keep go ahead and doing that.
We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That is how you can stay up to date on some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as take care of our polls. You can
I love it when you take care of Drew's polls.
You can also take care of our polls on YouTube as well.
YouTube, iTunes, we all do.
We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. That's how you can really stay up to date in everything that we're doing, as well as start a conversation and join in with some fellow Munchies. And tell us which... This is going to be our poll for the week.
Okay.
Which element do you think is the most powerful? Not the one that you want to be.
No.
Or that you think you would be.
Right.
Which one's the most powerful?
Which one do you think is the most OP? Which one would make you quit playing that video game?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if you're online, let's say it's like COD, someone picked that character. What character would it be to make you quit?
Dude, that's another idea for a video game. Like Skyrim, but you get to pick what type of bender you are right off rip.
matters how it's laid out, dude, because there's been a lot of stuff like that.
Then a Harry Potter game that did really well. Something like that. That's true. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. And sure he does. Head over there, give a like, and stroke his ego a little bit.
I never mind a good stroke.
My name's Ego. Lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be one of those people that give a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
I love it when you give me that extra.
CJ, take us home.
Drew,
CJ.
thanks for being so talkative today.
For
You
sure.
did all the heavy lifting.
Oh, yeah.
I just let you be you. Drew's the star of today. Thank you for doing
Always
that.
the star.
Thank you for stopping by today. It's getting a lot more fun around here. Drew,
Yeah.
any advice?
No, not today.
Oh, dang.
I talked earlier. I can't talk now.
That's true. My advice is never lose your imagination. That's a good one. Life will beat you down, but try to take your creativeness out and make you follow the line. Usually you gotta be creative to find the answers. Let it run, dude. All right. Puh. Peace.
Have a good one.
Honk honk. Don't look at me like that.
I hate you.
Your eyes hurt? You think you're cool with them glasses?
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Just one.
Just one. If it's wet, I'm gonna be so pissed.
What color?
Ooh. Light green.
Yeah, it was like. Are you psychic or some shit?